when most people visit the Rhône-Alpes area of France, they often go for skiing. It's located on the border of Switzerland and Italy and well within the Alps region. Skiers tend to enjoy going through the mountains and staying in the chalets. I know that my dad and my stepmom have done that. They've been to France and skied in this region, and it's very scenic and popular amongst Europeans. This French region is going to welcome a new group of tourists this Thursday because West Ham United fans are preparing to travel to Lyon for the second leg of the Europa League quarter-final. This is, of course, Fly Away from the Anvil's travel guide to the city of Lyon. As has been the case throughout this season, I've been doing tour guides on my YouTube channel, and this is the latest one. This is the rundown of the city of Lyon and what you can expect to do there. So, let's break the ice and talk about where Lyon is. Well, as mentioned, Lyon is in the Auvergne-Rhône-Alpes province of France. It's the third largest city in France and it's got the second largest metropolitan area in the country. It's predominantly known for having many universities and colleges, and it's considered a massive student city. So, you can expect to see a lot of bars, restaurants, and a lot of young people around the place. Formerly a Roman civilization, Lyon's now a major centre for industry and finance. It's a key player in biotechnology, computer software, chemical engineering, and finance. It's also known for its role in French filmmaking. It's the city that invented cinematography. The arts and culture in this city are very prevalent, and for those who are going, you'll be able to experience and learn about how the city of Lyon has contributed to French culture over the last 100 years. So, what can you do there? Well, there are a lot of churches and Renaissance-style buildings there, and it's very hard to pick just 3, but for the benefit of the video, I've chosen 3 places that I think you should definitely visit. First of all is the Basilica of Notre de Fourvière. The Basilica has overlooked Lyon for over 125 years, and it was initially built with private funds from 1872 to 1896. It attracts tourists because of its Western architecture and the stunning stained glass windows. Locals know this place as the upside-down elephant because its structure looks like an upside-down elephant. It's recommended that you take a guided tour of the Basilica, and tours attract up to 2 million people per year. A children's choir also performs at the Basilica on a weekly basis, and that just adds to the atmosphere of the building. Up next is Old Lyon, known as Vieux Lyon. It's common for French cities to have a Renaissance district, and these areas are usually kept in a 16th century structure and in the original format, because they show visitors what the city looked like 600 years ago. This area of Lyon is actually listed as a World Heritage Site because of its red brick buildings, its narrow streets, cathedrals, and aristocratic houses. Lyon's cathedral is located on the outskirts of the district, as are a few hotels and a museum. It's going to take you a few hours to explore this area, so manage your time wisely if you're planning to go to it. And finally, the Palais de Justice Historique de Lyon is a massive courthouse that has seen some of the most famous trials in French history. It's known as the Palace of the 24 Columns. Many SS officers were put on trial at this courthouse after the end of the Second World War. It's gone under restoration work over the last 14 years to make the building more accessible and secure. And to this day, the courthouse is still used for trials and judicial meetings. So, enough about the city and its tourism. Let's go on to the main reason why West Ham fans will be going to this place. Of course, for the football. So, what is Parc Olympique Lyonnais like? Okay, well, first of all, it's formerly known as Parc Olympique Lyonnais. Nowadays, for sponsorship reasons, it's called the Groupama Stadium. And it's in the Dessignes-Charpieu district of the Lyon metropolis. It was opened in January 2016, and Alex Lacazette scored the first goal at the new venue. It has a capacity of around 59,000, and it's been used to host concerts, international football matches, and even rugby games. So how do you get there? Well, public transit is your best bet. Lyon has a reliable and extensive public transport system. It has buses, metro, and the tram. The tram is the best way to get to this stadium because there are two stations that are within very close proximity to this venue. Line T7 and Line T3 both pass the stadium. You can choose either or. My suggestion would be to choose the T7 line because you'd be getting off at Dessines OL Valais, which is directly in front of the stadium. Alternatively, the Dessines Grand Large on the T3 line is 800 metres away from the stadium, so you can choose to walk if you wish, but either way, they're not too far at all. What should you know before you fly out to France? You need to know some local do's and don'ts and be wary of a few things. Some things are quite obvious, i.e. keep your wallet in your front pocket, be wary of your surroundings, and don't take too much cash with you, lock up your passport. Things like that are very fundamental. Here are 3 things that you may wish to know about before you go out there. Firstly, be wary of cybercrime. Cybercrime has been an increasing problem in France over the last few years. Criminals hack into public internet sources and they do that to retrieve personal details about people. Be careful how you use public Wi-Fi networks. Do not do things such as checking your bank account or paying for things on unsecure websites. Be cautious if you plan to use the networks, because it could put you at risk of being hacked. Secondly, you need to know how to cross the road. If you remember the Genk video that I did for Flyaway, you'll remember that I mentioned priority to the right. The same rule applies in France. What that means is that basically, drivers and pedestrians must give way to vehicles approaching from the right. Tourists sometimes don't understand what this rule means, and it has been known to result in accidents. Thirdly, do not cover your face. Under French law, it is illegal to cover your face in public places. Religious reasons don't make you exempt from that rule. That alone has caused a lot of controversy in France, especially amongst ethnic communities, and it's something that's often a hot topic of debate. If you do cover your face in public, you risk being fined. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Fly Away. I hope that you found this guide very useful. If you like this video, hit the like button, don't forget to subscribe for more content, and comment below your thoughts on the game. For those fans who have managed to get tickets and are still expected to fly out, I wish you a safe journey, and I hope you have an enjoyable time in Lyon. Take care, everybody, and I'll see you all soon.